sounds fine. AFC sounds fine. Are you ready for the fight? Nighty night, lights out, no Tyson. About to be the clash of the Titans. Strike like a lightning bolt. You feel the ground pounding, that might be the coast. Quick like a joke, like to hit when provoked. Don't you doubt that. That's a Jaguar to a house cat. That's an outcast to a whole squadron. If you talking Houston, then we've got a problem. You'll probably get the horns if you mess with the cattle. Sit back in your saddle and get ready for the fan battle.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. Football is officially here. We have reached week 1. I'll do it. Fine. I mean,
It's really a week 1 to clap about for the AFC South.
Yeah,
for those.
I'm not clapping for any of these loser teams.
Hey, we didn't
sorry,
lose,
sir.
okay?
We're
We
a tied
lose.
team.
Yeah.
We don't do this losing.
If you didn't win,
You really gonna be happy with a tie?
if you didn't
Not
win,
really. I hate it.
hey, AFC South, if you're not first, you're last.
shake and bake.
All right, we're going to give everybody a couple minutes to log on. You know, same old stuff, different day. We had a lot of people realize that we had a podcast today. Like, actually realize that there was an actual podcast, so that's cute.
And one man was really mad that there was a podcast too.
He was
Really
There's
mad.
a lot
What?
of people that were very mad.
Really?
Yeah. And, comments came in early today. BJ Samuels, what's up, buddy?
What up,
Got
BJ?
some football emojis.
What's good?
Got a Colts Nation coming in. That's for you, Harish.
Jesus Christ.
It's back. Thank you. And I agree with Chris Norton. I also like to party. So that's good. That's
I
good.
think he was referencing
Also
Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know what to do with my hands. Car ran real nice.
my
Why do you
bad.
like to watch the TV with the stereo on?
Fun fact.
I like party.
I have a Wonder Bread tattoo. Fun fact.
Very
everybody.
nice.
I won't show it on this podcast. That's for my OnlyFans. Just kidding. I don't have one of those. Yet.
Yeah, don't be starting no rumors, you know.
Oh Lord, I gotta leave.
Right. On that note, I'm a Christian
Hey, it's
man.
for content creators, right?
Right.
It's supposed to be in.
I don't even want to know.
All right, let's get this ball rolling. So for those of you who are just now watching, this is what we do. We go live. You guys can comment live. Give us like any of your thoughts, opinions, feedback. We'll talk about it. But then this gets edited, broken down, and gets put into audio format, and it's on all available
Streaming
major podcast platforms. Donnie Stingley said, just show it. Good grief. You got to pay $5.99 a month to see my Underbread tattoo. It's on my ankle.
Sam, you worth more than that. $9.99. Come on.
You gotta tell us your favorite mayo
No,
brand.
no, Walmart. $9.95.
Right.
$9.95.
Right.
You know, it's better marketing when you put a 5 and not a 9 on the end. Okay. All right, let's get this ball rolling. Harish, are you there?
Yep.
Harish is being absorbed by a cold.
I'm here.
Oh, all I could see was. All right. Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the AFC South Fan Battle Podcast. My name is Samantha Wernett. Welcome to Week 1, Non-Victory Monday.
Ooh.
We made it to the regular season, and I guess that's all that matters. I mean, we all suck, right? Like, none of us won.
Yeah.
Let's hear it. But we didn't lose. That's all we've heard all day.
No,
Hey, nobody won. But we didn't lose.
But we didn't lose.
I mean, facts are facts.
They are.
Ties is still a loss in my book. It's
And
still
it's still a win.
Leonard, can I ask you a question since you seem to be realistic? What is the opposite of winning?
losing.
Josh Allen, what's the opposite of winning?
The Jacksonville Jaguars. Losing.
Realistic
All
right there.
Losing.
Thank you. All right, let's I jumped
Wait,
way ahead.
hold on. What is this? What was the point of that? So if the opposite of winning is losing, but we didn't win or lose, I don't understand what your point was.
The point was y'all might as well just not have shown up.
Yeah. The only thing worse
It
than
was a
losing
waste of a
time.
game.
Listen, let me introduce you guys before we get to talking shit. Listen, representing the Colts, we have Harish Nukala.
Hello, my name is Frank Reich, and my team likes to prepare for 7 weeks to only play for 1 quarter.
Man, we're on it again. It was like this last season. You were mad at him. We're mad at him again in the 2022-2023
pissed.
season. Representing the Jaguars, we were supposed to have Fred Hampton tonight, but he had some technical difficulties, so we'll hope to have him on next week or in a future episode. But thank God for Josh Allen, Josh Allen. Question mark Josh Allen. If you're listening, you don't know what Josh Allen it is. It's
The
just
sad
Josh
Josh
Allen.
Allen. That's which one it is. The sad one.
The sad Josh Allen, yes. Representing the Titans, we have back with us good old Leonard Firestone.
Howdy. Hey, Todd Downings must have been stealing playbook strategies from the Seattle Seahawks and their Super Bowl win. Third down, and we end around with the tight end. We don't run with Derrick Henry. Come on.
That's called
That was the best
Tim
play call.
Kelly.
That was the best play call of the weekend.
No, the best one was punting when it's in overtime and it's 4th down, and you just say we're going to just go for a tie instead of a win.
My favorite thing of the whole weekend was having 2 running backs averaging over 6.5 yards a carry, and we just didn't run the ball. You just decided, that doesn't seem like it's doing a good job, so we won't do that.
For 40 times.
We sound really sad. Listen, we haven't even gotten to the saddest one yet, the Texans. Representing the Texans, we have Matt Briggs.
Hey, there's no sadness here. Give a shout out to my middle daughter, Bella. Happy early birthday. Turning 14.
Happy birthday, Bella.
Happy birthday.
Pretty name, too.
Yeah.
Bella Grace,
teenager.
my baby. Yep.
Oof. All right. Well, Matt, of course I got to use this for plug time because I noticed that your beard looks sharper than normal. So you got to tell us, recently we linked up with Manscaped and they sent you some goodies. So tell us how that's working out for you, buddy.
Oh, it's working out great. Becky likes it. They got this thing called ball deodorant, so my balls don't stink when I get all sweaty.
Nice.
So I mean, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I'm actually gonna go get some of this.
They sent me ball toner. I'm scared to use it because I don't know what ball toner is. So I'm putting that in the bag.
It'll tighten you up, bro. You're gonna be good, man. It'll tighten you up.
Oh, whoa.
Not a play on words either.
I'm not a Titans fan, so I'm not using that.
Well, listen. I'll go ahead and I'm glad give us an update on how that's working out in the future. I'm waiting on mine to come in. Of course, I can't use it on my balls, but maybe I will. Maybe I will.
We just never know.
But football is back, baby. We're here. We're back to seeing Mahomes sling beautiful balls all over the field, and your friends at Manscaped are here to help you sling your beautiful balls all season long. With Manscaped state-of-the-art tech, we have your weapon looking more loaded than the AFC South. Well, it says AFC West. Listen, that's not true. It's better than the AFC South, okay, this week. Football may be rough, but your ball don't care. But your ball care doesn't have to be with Manscaped. Join the 6 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the code FANBATTLE. So you get 20% off whatever you order plus free shipping when you use the code FANBATTLE. Make sure you do that. And they've got all kinds of goodies. They've got platinum packages that have everything. Anyways, go check it out. Go see what it's about. Use that link. Get your free stuff. We'll have more to update you guys on as we get the free stuff coming in. So anything else to add, Matt?
I kind of want these Boxers 2.0.
Hey, the boxes are nice, bro. The boxes 2.0 are very nice.
Look, me and Harish must have ESPN because I was about to say I got a pair of boxers from them, and they are really, really comfortable. They're probably the best boxers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Hey, there they are.
Yay!
Yeah, my balls feel really good in my boxers from Manscaped.
Right.
Hey, so they breathe. Yeah.
I'll show that on my OnlyFans for 20% off.
All right.
Let's give a plug.
To gain access, you have to
buy Manscaped. Yeah.
Right.
Oh man, wouldn't that be funny? And then they all
that's great.
No content.
Awesome.
No content. All right, listen. I have to say this because there was a thread. I posted a thread. It's amazing to me. We're on the 4th season of the AFC South Fan Battle podcast. Okay, we're in week 1 of the regular season. We've had guests from Rashad Jennings to Tom McManus to Fred Taylor to Michael Griffin to all these people. And for some reason today, when I made a post, Jimmy Smith. Yeah, did I say Fred Taylor?
You did.
I
was like, when did we have Fred Taylor on here? But I
was like, whoa.
We didn't. That was me dreaming.
Let's just roll with it.
Dreaming. Yeah, we had Jimmy Smith. We've had his son Trey Smith on. We've had all these people. But for some reason, when I went to post about it today, like, hey guys, tune in. The group is extra salty. Okay, because when I posted to tune in tonight at 9:30, they got big mad. Yeah. Oh, why are you using this page to put your plug for your podcast? Bro, this is my page too. I'm just saying. I guess a lot of people didn't realize that we had a podcast. So I want to read some of these posts, some of these comments from Non-Victory Monday. But I will say the best came from this guy, Jason Gallagher. When I said something about Non-Victory Monday, he said, we're going to be celebrating Ties Tuesday. Okay. Ties Tuesday. I like that. I was like, you know what? I'm shouting you out in the podcast for that one because that's epic.
My favorite was a lady that just replied, "Stop." Like she was unsubscribing from like spam text messages.
Yes.
And then I said, "No, you stop." And she's like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "I don't know. What are we talking about?"
Well, let's see. We had one from our very own Josh Allen. Said, "What up, losers?"
That's right.
Okay. Everybody was very mad today. Well, we didn't lose though. LOL, go Texans. That was like a common one. Colts didn't lose, but I see what you mean. Okay, guys, we get it. I mean, at least my team and the Colts are still undefeated. Titans and Jags are the embarrassment of the AFC South.
I mean, water is wet, grass is green. What do you want?
Yeah. Well, that was an interesting Sunday for the division. I would gladly give up a win to a New York team on 9/11.
Oh,
that's fucked.
That's fucked.
Like you're welcome. Like what?
I don't care what the holiday is.
Extra motivation behind them, I guess, if you want to say that. But
do we just need to not play football on 9/11? Because then some
listen. I'm the sort of heartless person. If we played a New York team or I would want us to crush them.
Well, then somebody jumps into
in case we see them later in the playoffs and they understand that we don't care. We are heartless savages that will crush you even on your most sacred holiday.
Well, see, this is what happens from that though, Josh Allen, is then it created this ripple effect where someone's like, I think you're onto something. This is a conspiracy because the Jaguars lost to the Commanders on 9/11 in DC. It's like,
was that Clinton House?
No, it wasn't. Ironically, it was not.
Listen, we'll get to why the Jaguars lost to the communists a little bit later, and it's nothing to do with conspiracy theories. So,
we didn't lose though. Like these, so mad. Everybody's so mad.
I feel like reading the comments on that thread is akin to not having oxygen to your brain for a couple minutes, and some part of your brain dies when you read through some of these things.
Here's an interesting one. Power rankings 16, 26, 27, and 28. Colts 16, Titans 26, Jags 27, Houston 28. Numbers don't lie.
We're not last.
Yes. Well, I'm going to get into that later because the power rankings are literally all over the place. All over the place.
The NFL power rankings?
They're all over. I ended up after this comment said, let me peep this. I looked at all of them. He never quoted whose power rankings they were, but they're all over.
Who saw the power rankings and put the Colts at fucking 16? Are you kidding me?
They're all over the place. Higher or lower?
Lower.
No, this one's absolutely.
Well, this one was one of my favorites. This guy says, as a content creator myself, Leonard, you appreciate this one. It's kind of considered to be disrespectful to tag an entire Facebook group just to plug your latest podcast episode, YouTube video, studio, album, tour dates, etc. Just saying. So one of our other admins says, you realize that this is for the podcast for the group you're in, right? And they're like, oh, my bad. And he kind of backtracked. And so I said, content create this. And I did the suck it gif.
Yeah, if I had seen that one, I would have.
Before you do your research.
Yeah, if I had seen that one, I would have said, "Shut up, nerd."
No, I said content create this. My
As a
fresh
content
nuts.
creator myself, I can say this is a
My
bit of a
fresh
faux
nuts
pas.
shaved by Manscaped.
Sounds like such a Karen thing to say too.
Dude, I can't. But listen, everybody was really salty. I had to read some of those comments. Most of them were like, but we didn't lose. I'm like, cool. All I said was non-victory Monday because it's not a victory. Nobody had a victory. Correct?
Yeah.
Because the opposite of winning is
Losing.
Yep. And my last favorite comment was the guy that was like, wait till the Colts come to Jacksonville next week. And I'm like, bro, you never win
Jesus
here.
fucking
Like,
Christ.
what are you talking about? Like, shut up.
Bro,
but you
we just
realize
went
how much-
we just went 2 for 5 in the red zone against the Texans defense. That's one of the worst red zone defenses in the league.
That's what I was about to say.
Stop
Like
it.
this was supposed to be the game that was supposed to be the easiest. Like out of all the teams dropping the ball the biggest this weekend, it was the Colts because you played a Texans team that still don't have a quarterback. Still trying to figure out
It is.
Yeah,
No,
it's not a bad team. It's not a bad team.
You're right.
Okay,
Yeah.
but out of all the teams in the AFC South, it's the one that has a lot of question marks.
Sure. It's not the team that gave up a 13-0 lead to the Giants. You're right.
If anybody on the audio could see Matt's face right now, the brow is so furrowed.
He's so angry.
I got way too
No,
much
I'm not
Botox
angry, but
in
like I get you're a homer, but did you not watch the Titans and Giants game?
Dude, that was pathetic.
That was
I
bad
think Leonard
coaching
was talking
calls
about
on
beforehand.
offense. That was bad coaching call on offense, and Saquon Barkley showed that how bad we're going to miss Harold Landry this season.
The
every
Giants are
run
way
that he
worse
broke
than
off
the
to was
Texans.
Harold Landry's side, and that backup's just not going to do this
You're right.
shit. So,
So
we got a lot of shit to fix.
Yeah. So it wasn't 3 touchdowns dropped in the red zone by the Colts. Got it. Okay, cool, bud.
Listen, Leonard, I hate to like hurt your feelings this early in the show, but I just want to say like huge shout out because AJ Brown killed it for me in fantasy this week.
Oh,
Me too.
Baller.
Yeah.
We'll see how long that's going to last, though.
Oh,
because it's not him that I have the question mark about. It's more Hurts that I have the questions about.
I mean,
do you know how many times Ryan Tannehill had the opportunity to throw the ball up in the air and hope? Not very many because he doesn't have anybody that can do it.
Bro, we ain't got nobody. Our whole receiver core is a ain't the same.
Listen,
they just got deeper.
Listen.
By who?
This probably should be
hold on.
For...
I don't want to hear about your wide receiver cores. Every wide receiver on my team is named Jones. Every single one of them.
That is true.
I don't want to hear you can't.
It's true.
I'm just saying, like, Tannehill has a whole new wide receiver room. That he ain't got no faith in nobody. No wonder Hillard scored 2 touchdowns on receiving yesterday. It's the only thing he has that's recurring from last season. Even Henry was out. So it's like there's no familiarity. Like we got a lot of kinks to work out.
Well, listen, before we jump into our individual teams, let's go over some NFL news real quick, shall we?
Let's do it.
There was a lot of boos heard around the league yesterday. A lot.
And today.
But you know what? No one is more unfaithful than Cowboys fans. Okay.
Yes.
Dak Prescott.
Dude.
They're the most loyal yet unloyal people, in my opinion, when it comes to their team.
He's not
Dak
that bad
Prescott.
of a quarterback.
He's not.
Huh?
I said he's not even that bad of a quarterback.
No, and he got hurt. I mean, it's not like he Antonio Browned it and like ripped off his jersey and left. He got hurt yesterday. And he'll be out. Does anybody have the details? I want to see it's like
4 to 6 weeks.
4 to 6
weeks.
4 to 6 weeks. Now.
Okay.
He doesn't need surgery, right?
Yeah.
Or he does?
No, he's having surgery today, right?
Okay. Then it might be a little bit longer.
It could be longer.
I thought it was saying like 6 to 8 weeks impossible surgery.
But he got booed as he was leaving the field. They booed him.
That's untasteful.
There's a time and place for boos, right? Like I once had somebody tell me that they would never boo their own team, and I think that that's just silly. But when a man is injured and going to the tunnel to get an X-ray, like that's not the time you do it. Like
so we had a comment that came in that says Dak got a hand cramp and then limped into the locker room.
That is kind of funny. I mean, we complain about our receivers. Man, those Cowboy receivers, I couldn't. Besides CeeDee Lamb, I had no idea who they were.
Yeah, Gallup was injured, so there was absolutely nobody out there.
Well, Chris Norton actually just said it from the group too, and this was what I was going to bring up next. Seattle booed Russell Wilson when he went out yesterday, and then Baker Mayfield also got booed.
But why boo Baker? He did nothing wrong.
Why boo
Russell? I think Baker wouldn't have got booed if he wouldn't have said, "I'm gonna kick their ass" at the beginning of his, talk.
Well, true that. Yeah, true that. But Russell, I can see getting booed. Like
I would have booed Russell Wilson, but booing sometimes is a sign of respect. Like I know that you're good, and I wish you were still on my team, but you're playing my team now. So sorry, pal.
So fuck off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a sign of respect when they do it to Roger Goodell?
No one respects Roger.
That's a sign to go fuck yourself.
I just wanted to clarify. I just wanted to clarify. There is a difference. I think it's the tone of the boo. If it's like boo, or if it's like ew. Like what is the tone? Like, is there a tone? Is it kind of
every time you show up, people boo, they mean it. And every time Roger Goodell shows up, people boo, and they mean it.
Yeah.
When Russell Wilson retires and he comes back and they do some sort of ceremony for him, they will not boo him.
Right.
But right now he's not on their team, and they booed him, and I would have done the same.
Yeah.
Actually, I wanted to bring up a quick thing about that really quick, Leonard. I remember specifically being at the Jags-Bills playoff game, and Roger Goodell was there awarding these two coaches with this like check or these like tickets to the Super Bowl or whatever, and you couldn't even hear what he was saying. And I felt bad for the two guys that were like, it was the best moment of their life. They're getting Super Bowl tickets. Everybody's like, fuck you, boo, Anyways, people
I'm just saying,
hate that guy.
If the NFL ever says like, "Hey, we're going to award you something, we're going to put you on a stage," and then they're like, "And who's going to give it to me?" And they're like, "Roger Goodell." You're like, "Oh man, my whole
oh man, now that's good. Can you email it?
Just mail it.
Can you just email it to me, please? All right. Well, listen. There was a lot of talk about power rankings. I don't know how you guys feel about power rankings, but I feel like they're very opinionated and a lot of times all over the place because it really depends on where you're reading them from. Sometimes they're common sense, right?
I mean, to me, they don't matter until week 5. I mean, you don't get a real good.
I think 5's too early.
Well, I'm going to pull up NFL's power rankings real quick as of 7 hours.
Jaguars number 1.
Super Bowl,
probably. Honestly,
if you're reading from last to first.
Number 1 is the Bills. Then we got the Rams at 2.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody watch Jalen Ramsey's show that he's producing on YouTube now?
No.
All Jags fans who don't like Jalen Ramsey, you need to go to YouTube and look up Jalen Ramsey's show, and it's just glorious. It's 45 minutes of him whining.
All right, go for it, Sam. That sounds like your type of show.
I did that for the 3 or 4 seasons he was with us. So 3.
Right.
Yeah. We're going to Super Bowl. We're going to win that pitch. All right.
As soon as he said that, I said, "Oh no."
Oh no. All right. Number 3, 49ers. Number 4, Buccaneers. 5, Bengals. 6, Packers. 7, Chiefs. 8, Broncos. 9, Chargers. 10, Ravens. 11, Raiders. Here we go.
Is this before or after the Packers game yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah. What
this
was
7 hours ago?
I was about to say, how is the Chiefs behind the Packers?
How the
Number
Niners
12.
at 3?
How are the Chargers?
Number 12, Indianapolis Colts.
Wow. Hey, I'll take it, but what the hell?
13, Saints. 14, Eagles. 15, Cowboys. 16, Cardinals. 17, Titans. 18, Patriots. 19, Dolphins. 20, Vikings. 21, Steelers. 22, Browns. 23, Panthers. 24, Seahawks. 25, Lions. 26, Jets. 27, up 2. Okay, they went up 2 from the previous week. Texans.
Whoop, whoop.
28, Giants. 29, up 1 from the previous week. The Jaguars.
We're not last.
30, Commanders, who dropped 2 even though they won. And 31, Falcons. 32, Bears.
You know what I think is great about this? I think it's great that people who are recovering meth addicts can still get jobs. Even jobs where they have to write terrible opinions, which is great. Whoever wrote that is clearly either on drugs or recovering from drugs because
Cowboys lose their quarterback and they rank higher than us.
I won't go through the whole thing, but Sports Illustrated has Packers at number 2.
What?
I don't understand that.
Are you sure these are like recent?
That's a whole lot of optimism.
They have the Colts.
Rodgers.
the Colts at 12, the Titans at 15. And
I don't.
hold on.
Texans at 32.
It sounds like there's a lot of
27.
like previous performance and
the Texans at
potential
32
figured into that. Like,
Yeah.
And the Texans at 32 and the Jaguars at 27. So that's what I mean. Everybody wants to talk about power rankings and all that, but if you want to look at the only stat, who won the AFC South yesterday, and the Jaguars got the most points.
Are these with updated records?
Like you can't really pay attention to people like the NFL and ESPN because
this was
all
Sports
they
Illustrated.
Okay, even Sports Illustrated.
Yeah.
All they cover are either West Coast teams or East Coast teams. Like if you're and the Dallas Cowboys, that's all they matter. They don't care about the Colts, the Titans, the Texans, or the Jags. Like,
and I think cynically, I think a lot of their stuff is designed to have exactly what's happening right now. They just want people to click on it and talk about it. I don't know that they're really trying to say, some sort of honest assessment of which teams are best.
Yeah, like how you gonna have the 49ers at 3 when they got smoked by the Bears?
Right.
And
the Bears are probably one of the worst teams in the NFL,
The real perplexing one to me is the Packers. Anybody who watched that Packers game, I literally watched like 5-10 minutes of that and said, oh no, like they're going like 1-15 this year. Maybe.
The Vikings should be a number 9 team. The Vikings put the beat down on them. They should be number like 9, 10. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, power rankings are interesting. Like I don't understand how the Commanders went down, but they beat the Jaguars.
Donnie said those are pre-week 1, but
that's what I was thinking.
Because they were 7 hours ago was when the NFL ones were posted. So on Monday, 7 hours ago. Today is Monday, 7 hours ago is when.
And that'd be at 2:00 p.m., 3:00 your time. So
yeah.
Oh.
Don't worry, I looked when the NFL ones were posted. I didn't look at the other ones. But anyways, listen. Moving on. Yeah. We'll break down the teams now. Leonard, how you been, Leonard?
I was good. I was excited until my Titans performed like they did, but I'm good.
Listen, with the backgrounds that you have today, I feel like you're like on like a episode of like Catfish or something. Like you
feel like he's waiting to go into the Shark Tank.
Like,
hey, Sam.
Dun, 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 dun,
I want to go back real quick.
Yeah,
go back real quick. This actually says this was published on September 6th at 8:30.
Harish, which one? The Sports Illustrated one?
No, the NFL.com one.
No,
says September 8th at 8:28 a.m. or September 6th. Published. There's a published date on there.
Have you ever used the internet before, Sam? I'm just curious. Just wondering. You know how it works.
And those are the same power rankings you just read off. And
either way,
it literally says heading into week 1.
Either way, the Jaguars are not last, so suck on that.
Okay, well, what's this any different, Harish? September 12th. Here we go. What is this any different? 29 Texans, 28 Jags, 26 Titans.
16 Colts.
Titans.
16.
It is a little different. That's weird. And the Broncos the Broncos are still playing, so I don't know.
I have 18 Colts. 18 Colts, 26 Titans, 28 Jags, 29 Texans.
Oh well, who cares? I don't care. Power rankings are stupid anyway. I don't care.
All I was trying to do is show how different they all are, depending on what you read.
They're all stupid
and how they're not relevant.
God. Then we agree.
They're worse than college football polls, like even worse than the polls.
Yeah.
Listen, Leonard, how you been? Let's get back to you being on Shark Tank. Dun, 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 dun.
It's all green screen. Don't worry. It's all.
So,
hey, make sure you tell the Shark Tank Manscaped fan battle. All right. Get the promo code.
Yeah, right? Yeah, sell the network for us while you're there. Mark Cuban might pitch in for like 75% equity share or something. Titans lost week 1.
Yeah.
21-20. Giants victory. Tell us how you feel. What went wrong? Man, this is not how I envisioned week 1 to go. For anyone.
If you would have told us that all of us would have came into ending week 1, and none of us have a win, that was not going to be. It's like there's no way, there's no possible way. But here we are. Offensive coaching, like on Titans, it's getting crazy. I don't know if he's getting in his own head. This would have kind of seemed like he overthought some of these things on this game. For our offense, he wanted to try to well, they know we're going to run, so we're going to try to do this, and we're going to try to do this. And it seemed like he got in his own head. It shows that we are weak at the wide receiver. It shows that Tannehill really ain't got no confidence in anybody back there. Even though Derrick Henry ran the ball 20 times, it doesn't feel like Derrick Henry ran the ball 20 times. It didn't feel like a Derrick Henry game. It truly felt like the New York Giants came out there and out-Titans the damn Titans and played it to exactly how we played, with the run, with the play actions to the tight ends, scooting out on flats and everything. They was just playing it, and it showed that we're going to miss Harold Landry bad on that outside this year. If we can't get that solved, we're going to have a bad run defense because Jeffrey Simmons can't do it all by himself.
Sir, I can tell you why your offensive play calling sucks. You hired Tim Kelly. That's why. We
got Downing still too, or Todd fucking
Todd something. Yeah, you got him too. But Tim Kelly's a horrible pass coordinator. I don't know why you got him. So.
Because Brable was a defensive mind, and he's not that great for.
I'm going with my theory, and I'm going to go with this until Derrick Henry gets injured again. Oh, you guys play better when you don't rely on him. Play better.
Hillard had a hell of a game. Like he went off.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
My favorite part was where Derrick Henry got launched to the freaking moon.
Yo, that was
I've never seen him get hit like that before. Like,
I have.
Hold on. He was
Can you
already
imagine being on the ground
and he was already on one foot. And come on, he was already moving that way. But
I hear you, but I choose not to remember it that way.
I do look forward to seeing that one blow up hit like a Ray Lewis hit to Derrick Henry. I haven't seen that. I've seen Derrick get hit hard a bunch of times. I've yet to see him get.
That's one of the things that makes him so good. He's hard to blow up. So when I saw that, I was like, oh man.
When he hit the ground, the Richter scale hit 8.3.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Can you imagine?
Right.
After this game, if I was Titans, I would start running a dual shotgun set a lot. I'll put Henry on one side. I'd put Hillard on the one side and figure out if I'm going to run it with Henry or if we're going to throw it out there to Hillard and make it make you have to wonder every play when we have them out there rather than subbing one in and one out constantly.
Well, my thing is, why have your tight end run it when Hooper is one of the best hands as a tight end? Why don't you utilize him? I mean,
there's out of every option on that sheet for a play caller, you go with Oko to an end around. The one tight end we don't know that everybody don't know that's just rookie, right? And this is coming from a Titans fan base that knows all three of our depths at tight end because we used them all. And you give it to the one guy we don't know, never gave the ball to, rather than the guy everybody's been waiting to see put the foot in the ground and run.
Do you think maybe Vrabel didn't realize that preseason was over?
I don't think it's him.
I think with the way the preseason's structured now, week 1 the past 2 or 3 years has felt like a final week of preseason. These wild, wacky outcomes.
Yep.
It's the first time because they sit so many players, and I understand why. During the preseason, it's the first time your starters are playing. So what you saw in a lot of games was guys getting winded. People were just wore out. And listen, it's not a criticism. I'm not trying to bag on these guys because they're high-level elite athletes, but it's the first time they had to play full game reps. And I think you saw some of that in the Titans game. You saw some of that in the Jags game for sure. But I think week 1,
the Titans and Texans and Colts too.
It was so bad, horrible.
Yeah.
Well, Leonard, what do you think they can do better? And talk about next week's going to be a rough one, buddy.
Next week's going to be very rough. We got to get our wide receivers to get some separation and get some open, and especially if we're wanting to pass as much as they was wanting to pass last game. 10 different receivers was targeted in that game. 10. Tannehill threw the ball to 10 different receivers. We got to have a number one. Robert Woods is not it. He looked lost out there. He looked really lost, and Trey can't step up and be AJ Brown right now. He can't. He has too much to learn. He has things to do. We got to get something going on with that receiving core. Even if we got to throw Hillard out there at a wide receiver and start using him like Le'Veon Bell at the Steelers, something. We got to figure out something with this receiving core if we're going to have any hope at Bills, because we're going to be playing from behind.
Dude, Josh Allen Thursday made Derrick Henry look childish with that stiff arm. Like he straight up owned that.
Hey, it looked like he was studying Derrick Henry's stiff arms all off season.
Bro, I like a quarterback did that. Jeez.
If I was
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that because I don't recall
that
seeing
was
that.
wild.
But I want to see that.
What? That was wild.
He is making a statement. He should be MVP this year. Yes,
if I was him, I would have that picture framed and hung like a giant, like
he was
5 foot by 10 foot picture on my living room.
That will make it into some like history, NFL history. I gotta watch that. I didn't catch that. I need awesome.
To. The memes are great too. So,
Donnie Stingley says Burks getting 155 and a touchdown next week. Take that.
Cheeseburger Burks.
Yeah. Somebody needs to give Donnie his Alzheimer's medicine because he's off.
Well, somebody might not even have that. He better figure out how to get separated and get open.
Burks might not even have 155 by mid-season.
He might have 155 cheeseburgers, but there's no way he's gonna have yards. So.
Bro, they better have his asthma inhalers ready, man. Bring some extra. If he's gonna be running that much, he's gonna be in trouble.
Maybe Phillips will do that for us, including punt and kick returns. But man, it's scary watching this Titans team right now.
So Donnie says, "Fuck you and you and you."
We love you, Donnie.
Donnie, let us know what your favorite brand of mayo is.
By the way, if you're
mayo
listening to this on the audio version, that's literally what the comment said. So yeah, I'm not just, Chris Norton says, I am drinking, bro, and I don't believe that. So sorry, Donnie. Sorry, Donnie. Anything else to add before we wrap up the Titans segment? I know it was very exciting this week.
We got a lot to fix.
We
suck
again.
RJ Ellison all game until the fourth quarter says, y'all are dogs. Y'all got this.
Oh, man. That was hilarious.
We're a gritty team.
Yeah.
We're a gritty team, and I'll never count us out, but we got a lot of holes, and any good NFL coach is going to be able to exploit them this year.
Yeah. But the Titans are that team that always get lucky. They always get these lucky breaks, and then they end up winning games they shouldn't be winning.
Yeah,
it happened all last year.
But they also lose games that they should be winning, like that Jets game last year. Come on.
And if you look at the rest of our season schedule, this was by far the easiest game on our schedule. Everything else, like our next 3 or 4 weeks is about to be rough as hell. But our whole season this year, I mean, no offense, outside the AFC South, our AFC South games are probably our easiest games this whole entire season.
Leonard, did you just
have you seen our schedule?
I know, but did you just say no offense on the AFC South fan battle podcast? No offense, because your team sucks.
We have known that, Leonard.
Well, I take that back. We do play Dallas this year now, so we're beginning.
We started the show with that, Leonard.
Leonard, there's nothing you can say that would hurt me worse than my own team does every Sunday. So
facts with the CK.
True.
Speaking of that, Josh Allen, we have a comment to segue into the Jaguars. Cody Blankenship said, no injuries for the Jags week 1. When's the last time that happened?
Well, thanks for jinxing us, Julius. Let's maybe not talk about it. Shout out, Cody. No offense, man. I'm just kidding. I don't know if you're a genius or not. You might be. But, the Jaguars are just, if there was a product that the Jaguars produced, right, it would be sadness. Just in mass scale. It's just sadness and terrible.
I know that you just started talking, but since you said that, I have to say this really quick. There was actually a News for Jacks article that came out today. Did you see it?
I don't know. I don't know what it's about, so you have to tell me first.
So, no, you said sadness in the Jaguars. So they actually they talked to Dr. Justin DiOrenzo, who does psychotherapy sessions. He said talking about the Jags is a common topic in my psychotherapy sessions. There's a lot of diehard season ticket holders, people that have season tickets for years and have given up on the team. And it's literally the title of this, and it's on newsforjacks.com, is Anxious, Depressed, Stressed After the Jaguars season opening loss? You aren't alone.
Listen, if I think it's important for people outside of Jacksonville to understand that News for Jacks is like if Jerry Springer started a news organization, like that's sort of what News for Jacks is. They don't really know what they're doing. Like they just say things like to see what reaction that they get.
So like Jerry Springer and Bleacher Report had a baby.
Yeah, kind of like that. They're actually the only news station that's local, that's independently owned. They're not owned by one of the giant conglomerates. Yeah. So like it's this weird. They show like reruns of like the Andy Griffith show, like when they don't have their news broadcast on. Like it's a very odd entity. But no, I did not see that. But listen,
however, they did talk to a psychotherapist who said that's common, and I don't know why he's violating HIPAA and telling my story. But
right, listen, you know, I joke around about the Jags making me sad, but like I decided a long time ago, this hat that I'm wearing is literally the only money I've spent on this team, and I don't know how long. Right, like until these guys have a 500 or better season, I'm not buying season tickets. I'm just not like. But yesterday, you know, the talk amongst all the fans that I see is like, oh, this is a different kind of loss, man. This felt more like even the official Jags commentators were like, this feels more like a real NFL loss rather than us being completely, you know, blown out like we've been so many times before. And I guess there's an element of that to it, but I don't know who said it. This is not my phrase. I've heard many people say it. I think they're losers until they aren't. Like this is a losing culture. It's a losing organization. I think they're cursed. I think that they have built one of their practice grounds or something over like an Indian burial ground. And like these spirits are haunting the team. You know, I don't know. I don't know what's causing the curse, but we need to get rid of it. But yesterday, I mean, there were just puzzling things, right? Like, yeah, imagine, listen, if football affects you that badly that you actually need to go see a shrink.
Can you read that comment for us, Josh?
Imagine spending hundreds of dollars to tell a shrink your team sucks. Just come in here and do it for free. Amen. You don't even
Josh, it's not for free. You have to go to Manscaped and enter
that's right.
20% off.
Yes. Yes. Listen, some people in the Facebook group today wanted to know how to get on the podcast, and you just send me $100 and that will get you on the list. And then I'll take it from there. So, but the Jaguars, listen, the big problem that I saw yesterday was an offensive line that can't pass block to save their lives, which has been the story of this team for nearly a decade, right? Like, and we had two running backs who were over 6 yards a carry, and we only ran the ball 16 times. We're throwing the ball, slinging it like we're allergic to giving the ball to the running backs. I don't understand that. I don't mind the gutsy calls that Doug Peterson made to go for it, like on fourth down and some of the other, things the decisions that he made. I don't mind that, but it was nice to see them come back in the third quarter and pull ahead, but then they blew it because two boneheads on defense both played a guy just literally. The man didn't run a route. Like, I don't think it qualifies as a route. He literally just ran straight down the field. It looked like the Madden play where it's just 4 verticals, right? The guy's literally, he just burned Griffin or whatever his name is. And then the safety is just completely out of position, and they have no leverage on the guy, and boom, it's just done from there, right?
It sounds like you watched the Colts defense in between possessions.
Right? But, it's just one of those things where I don't believe that they're going to get any better. I don't know if Trevor Lawrence is any good. There's a bunch of debates raging in a couple of Jags Facebook groups about whether Trevor Lawrence is good. And I've told you my theory on this. I've told many people, I don't know if I've ever said it here. Either Trevor Lawrence is great and he is a generational talent and we will ruin him, or he's not any good and we drafted him way too high. There's no in between. I don't think there's any path where Trevor Lawrence has a good career in Jacksonville, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but
my dad says that he's not accurate, and that's what the number one thing you need as an NFL player. And you know what? My dad is a man of few words, so I think
Trevor Lawrence wants to win, and I think what you saw, like that play at the end of the game, the interception, instead of him just easily throwing it away when he's outside the pocket, he desperately wants to win. And that's a quality you want in a quarterback, right? But there comes a point where you have to make smart decisions. And if you look at, I watched a bunch of football on the Red Zone channel this week. Like even Tom Brady and Dak Prescott were making inaccurate throws, like Lawrence does sometimes, and I think he is inaccurate in certain spots. But I think if he could eliminate the bonehead plays, he's got a little too much Blake Bortles in him.
So there was numerous like intentional grounding calls.
Yeah, there's just and we had a bunch of penalties. Like it just wasn't a clean game. It wasn't a good game. And I bet you're hearing this now thinking, wow, the Jags suck, and talking about them makes me sad. Well, if that's the case, I have some news for you. Starting tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern, we now have a podcast called The Jaguar that's going to go live every week, and we're going to make you sad for an hour. Maybe a little less, maybe a little more. I don't know. Like, just it's going to be so much sadness, so much a wave teal of just sadness. And you
it's
should
called
tune
the
in.
Jaguar, like
the Jaguar.
Yeah.
Because dummies can't pronounce Jaguar, and everyone says Jaguar, so that's what the show. It's the Jaguar.
Josh, I got to tell this to a lot of Texans fans, and I think it's the same thing. Trevor Lawrence and Davis Mills, they're so hard on both of them, but they got to remember this is their only second year. Like they are going to learn. It has to come with time. So I can see what you're coming through.
Well, you also had Travis Etienne dropping passes too, right?
Yeah.
You had guys that were where Lawrence was. There were moments there in that game where Lawrence was throwing to exact spots, and the wide receiver just wasn't there. Like he ran a route that he wasn't supposed to run, right? Like so, there were some instances of that too. I think if you look at that game yesterday, the frustrating thing about it is not that they lost, but that they were in a position to win, and they literally gave the game away, right? Some bonehead decisions on defense, and then some bonehead decisions and just poor play on offense. They just gave it away. They gave it away to the commies, and the commies won. But that's pretty status quo for Washington. So
hey, at least your overpaid receiver broke 100 yards in a touchdown.
He is overpaid, but I think I saw some glimpses from him. He's good. Like he's a good receiver. Is he worth what we paid for him? I don't know, but he's better than played better than the Jones law firm.
The Joneses.
Law firm of Jones and Jones.
I'll tell you what. Have you ever seen watch QB1 on Netflix?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that? Did you see where Trevor Lawrence was on there on that one?
Yep.
Like he started at that very bottom, everybody had him as the last QB on that list. And by the end of QB1, he was a top ranked dude. That's one thing I love about Trevor is that he never comes in there with, his emotions that he can't be coached. He's very, very coachable. Right. So if they can get the right coaching staff there in Jaguars, like, yeah, y'all got a good talent with Lawrence. It's just about finding the right coaching staff.
Exactly. He's going to put in the work. He did a bunch of work this offseason on his throwing motion, and a bunch of different stuff. But you also have to couple that with, everyone's high on Doug Peterson. I haven't ever really been. We'll see if Doug Peterson can actually utilize what is there and then build upon. And also, we still have our clown GM. Like Trent Baalke sucks. The guy's an idiot. He doesn't know how to draft. Like he's just not good. And I think that's that's part of the problem. But
Quick question before we wrap it up. Or Leonard, were you going to say something?
I was just going to say Doug Peterson's a good stepping stone quarterback or coach, but he's not the guy for y'all's future.
Who is the guy that you would want to bring in to help him out? Honestly, and this probably isn't going to happen unless I feel like a Mike Shanahan type coach would be perfect for Trevor Lawrence.
I say just bring back Blake.
No, Kyle Shanahan.
I don't know. We got to get somebody that but they say Peterson's a QB guru, right? Like, I say we bring in Blake Bortles. What could it hurt? Bring in the boat. The boat floats again.
The boat to coach the boat.
Real quick, comments on Trayvon Walker and prediction for next week.
Trayvon Walker, he had a couple of plays where his long arms helped him. Right. Listen, everyone, a bunch that I heard yesterday was Trayvon Walker versus, Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson did nothing in that game. And then Trayvon Walker had a couple of plays. I don't think that you can judge a guy by one game. So this ties into another theory that a friend of mine has. He believes that the first 4 weeks of the season are the most chaotic and anything can happen, right? Because you got every roster has turnover, and then after 4 weeks, you got 4 weeks of tape on all the guys on every team, right? So I think week 5 and after, we'll see what Trayvon Walker's made of. When the opposition has a ton of tape on his tendencies and what he's doing and his skill set, then they'll be able to really game plan for him. Yeah. I was happy that he got the interception. I was happy that he got the sack. There were a couple of moments where he and even Josh Allen were invisible. Like they had no pressure. The front 4 of the Jags, when there was no blitz, put no pressure on Prince Harry. So it's but
there
but
was a lot of Commanders players hurt yesterday, but what do you think about next week?
Oh, we're gonna beat the pants off the Colts. Like that. Listen, that's the one game I'll guarantee a victory. Listen, I have sat in that stadium. That's the game usually I buy tickets to every year because it's almost a guaranteed win. So good luck, Klotz coming in there and taking one out of the jaws, because that's going to be one thing about the Colts fan base is they travel a little bit, but they don't travel a whole lot. There's going to be a bunch of angry, liquored up Jaguar fans in that stadium. That place is going to be loud and just awful. And I hope that we just clean their clocks, and I'm confident that we'll do it. So
come get some. Up. Ton of potential on both sides of the ball. We're going to be all right. Jags by 50.
Yep. I want to hang that honestly, that is my goal. Ever since we scored 55 on the Colts, that should be the standard. Like, we should score 55 points on the Colts at home every year, every time.
Jags by 50. So speaking of Colts and division games, listen. So you weren't on last week's podcast, Harish, but Chris Jackson, Matt Briggs, and Josh Senior made a bet for this game. Basically $50 to donate. Yeah, $50. So it would have been 100. And so it would have been 50 from each of them, but Matt would have had to pay 100, which afterwards I was like doing the math, like that's not fair, but whatever, because it was the 2 of them versus him. But they tied. You guys tied. So I want to talk about this real quick. It's an organization called Head On Youth Impact. It's an organization created by some of the guys in Jacksonville, one of them being Reverend Eric Dunn. Great organization for the kids. Definitely check them out on Twitter. That being said, so we made an agreement that they'll all donate 20 for this game.
25.
You guys scored 20. Oh, we went 25. Up to 25.
Yeah, 25.
Yeah. And then they're going to go double or nothing for the next. We got to confirm with the other 2, but double or nothing for the next meetup of Colts Texans. So shout out to Head On Youth Impact. You'll still get your donation. But this did end in a tie. And you know what? Since we're doing Colts Texans, Matt, who? One of y'all. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Reese. I'll let you go first.
My initial question is, and I think it's great that we're donating to charity and stuff. Why are we donating to a Jacksonville charity for a Houston and Indianapolis game? I'm just
curious. They gave
because.
Right, go ahead, Sam.
Do you want to know the backstory, Harish? Is it bothering?
Yeah, I actually don't know. No, I'm just curious.
Because me and John Haw won tickets to the Terrace Suites for next week's game for them because we donated $20 and to buy raffle tickets to their charity.
Oh, sick! That's what's up. Okay.
So we're trying to pick a charity, so we chose them as a charity. They're not a Jaguars. They're just a charity in Jacksonville.
Okay. No, I think it's fine. I was just curious.
We need a lot of help for our team and for our communities. So
fair enough.
Not doing well all around.
Jag fans matter, man.
We need to make more Derrick Henrys, so
Well, if you guys have any power on your power grid left, we'd like to have some.
Oh yeah, we got plenty, dude. Come on, land of the free, baby.
Yeah. Back to the game. So yeah, the Colts played a game for about a quarter and a half. I don't know if you guys saw, but for 3.5 quarters, I really thought we were like the Jacksonville Jaguars. Frank Reich is still dumb shit. We still don't have a kicker. I don't think Goggles is like. I don't think his vision is correct on his lenses.
How many field goals did he miss?
One that mattered.
How many? Kicking's an issue all across the league right now, but yeah.
I know, but come on, dude. You're indoors. At least everybody's like outdoors, with some wind.
Wasn't it like 31 yards? Like
47.
Was it 47? I thought it was
49.
That's a hard kick.
The rest of your team battled their asses off to get back into a game they shouldn't be losing in the first place, and you had one job and you failed. Beyond that, Braden Smith was dog shit yesterday. He let Jerry Hughes run, kill him. And I get Jerry Hughes is good. Jerry Hughes is really good. But Braden Smith is supposed to be one of the best tackles in the league, which he is.
Y'all just paid him big time money too, didn't you?
Yeah, he was atrocious. I think our linebackers called the Jaguars, and they're like, "Hey man, what do you guys do when tight ends run fly routes?" Oh, we just look in the sky and pick our nose. It's like, oh, great idea. So
that's called the Paul Puzzlesny.
Oh yeah, awesome. We call that being a dumb fuck. OJ Howard got 2 free touchdowns. Alec Pierce dropped a couple touchdowns in the end zone. That's rookie stuff. Whatever. Ashton Jolin dropped a touchdown. Matt Ryan should have had 4 touchdowns yesterday, but apparently.
Are you happy with Matt Ryan?
No, because Matt Ryan. Honestly. No, here's the thing. I'm not happy with Matt Ryan. Yeah, he had 352 yards, 1 touchdown. The screenplay, whatever. That's a great play by Jerry Hughes. You can't be mad. But when you've been in the league for 15 years and you have 3 bad snaps in 1 game, that's horrible. Like, I'm sorry. I don't care. I don't care how long you've been with your kicker, how long you've been with your punter, whatever the hell, your center. I think that's inexcusable. And clean them up, whatever. But it's inexcusable to me. The defense for about 3.5 quarters was horrible. I'm still not understanding why Isaiah Rodgers didn't play, and we had some guy out there playing in the secondary that I've never heard of.
Let's Google that.
Stephon Gilmore was awesome in my opinion. He's probably one of the bright spots in the defense. Kwity Paye got 2 sacks in overtime on a possession I thought was cool. My guy back here, DeForest Buckner, I saw him not do anything when he actually didn't get double teamed a lot yesterday, which was the whole point of getting Yannick Ngakoue and some guys there on the defensive line. Again, overall, I'm not happy with the performance.
He had a fumble recovery, but Buckner did.
Yeah, but that's the recovery that who hit him on that fumble recovery? Yeah, EJ Speed hit him, which was a great blitz.
Yeah, blindside, big time.
Yeah, great. I mean, hey, you get it, whatever, right? But overall, I'm not very happy. You had 7 months to prepare for this game, right? And again, for the 11th straight year, this team just comes out flat every year. And, Frank Reich talks about climbing mountains a lot. Climbing mountains is really starting to sound a lot like chopping wood and Chuck Pagano. Like, I'm fucking tired of hearing that. Like, Jesus Christ, dude.
To answer your question, Sam, Ngakoue was pretty disruptive. He was in the backfield.
I love Ngakoue, but
he was in the backfield a lot. Just couldn't sack the quarterback.
Yeah, and credit to Davis Mills, who Davis Mills actually played really well. I don't know why Texans fans are mad at Davis Mills. Yeah. I mean, overall,
hold on, Royce. That's my I got something to say about that. So
well, Davis Mills outplayed Matt Ryan, 352 yards. Matt Ryan really didn't play well until that 4th quarter. I remember turning to my buddy and I was like, "So what happened for the first 3.5 quarters of this?" Right? Because, I don't know. Michael Pittman Jr., I thought was a great spot. Nobody talks about that. He was awesome yesterday. Mm-hmm. 9 receptions, 121 yards or 28 yards and a touchdown, which the touchdown to save the game was a great play by him. So I think we've got the weapons. It's just situational football is horrible with this team, and it continues to be a problem. You ended the season with looking like a fucking idiot. And now you want to start the season by looking like a fucking idiot. So, I don't know. Overall, I'm still not happy. I think there's some bright spots, but as a team's performance coming out flat like they did for 3.5 quarters, I'm not happy at all. So I thought it was overall like a C.
September 7th, Isaiah Rodgers was scanned for – he was scanned for he followed concussion protocol, but he was cleared. So
he was cleared.
That was but maybe that could have been a reason.
Maybe, but he's a playmaker. I think that secondary really missed him. And I'm not going to get into Shaq missing the game. I don't think that played a deal. I don't think that would have mattered. It would have helped. But again, this team just comes out flat, and I just don't understand it. I'm tired of seeing it every year. 11 years in a row now. I think it gets tiring. And then Frank Reich is going to talk about fucking climbing up mountains and fucking scaling seas and shit. I don't know what the hell he's going to talk about next week. But yeah, I'm overall not happy. I guess you tied the game, whatever. You didn't win. You tied in a division game. So I don't know.
What's the opposite of losing? I mean, winning.
Fucking looking like shit.
Hey, tied Tuesday. Woo! You guys get to celebrate tomorrow.
The problem with Matt Ryan is he's basically if a marketing department of a major corporation designed a quarterback. Like that's you would get Matt Ryan, right? Like
which would make sense why John Hall loves him.
He's just vanilla, man. Like he's just
he is. And there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, he did step up in the fourth quarter in overtime. Like he tried, but
bro, that overtime was lackluster.
Yeah,
that overtime didn't
both
really
sides
have
in
no
overtime. I don't know. What
yes, correct. That overtime overall in general, was slow.
You can like we were saying, you could tell they were tired.
They were
both
just
teams were
gassed.
gassed.
Yes.
The one thing that bothered me about overtime is Jonathan Taylor is like busting them for like 8 yards to carry. And then they come out there and like second or third down and like try to throw the ball into the flat. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Just fucking shove this shit down their throat and end it. Like, what?
Especially when they're tired. When you got a defense that's reeling and they're tired.
Yeah, they don't want to hit. They don't want to tackle.
Listen, if you get another 8 yards or another 5 yards over 2 more plays, that 47-yarder for Rodrigo doesn't turn. It's like a 40 or 35-yarder, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get it, man.
Right.
And then Loki, I was hoping they went for it on that 4th down so we'd have another shot. So
I kind of wish they did too, but.
Oh, that's such a play not to lose instead of play to win call.
Yeah, it's just frustrating. I was just frustrated overall.
Lots of sadness on AFC South fan battle today.
Yeah, it's just frustrating.
Is it my turn yet?
Yeah, please go because I had a whole list.
Yeah,
hey,
so
before you start, Matt, Harish, can you go check our blood pressure for us real quick?
Actually, my Apple tells me my blood pressure is still normal, which is shocking.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, did I want to win? Yeah. Am I upset with the tie? Not really. I mean, Harish had us losing like 35-10. The whole
Jokingly, yeah.
The whole NFL had the Colts just walking all over the Texans. The Colts were a top 10 defense, and we scored 20-3 in the third quarter. Yeah, like Harish said, a lot. Honestly, I did too. And
that's crazy. Yeah,
I'm blaming this loss on Chris Remington. Right when he said, "I don't trust no lead by the Texans," we started losing. So I'm blaming this loss on Christopher Remington. You hear me, you old fuck? Like, but no, all the Texans are blaming Davis Mills on this loss, this tie. Yeah, he had a fumble, but like Harish said, it was a good blitz, blindside. He didn't see it coming as a quarterback. That's a hard ball to hold on to. But I don't think that's what lost us the game. What lost us the game is you had Titus Howard and Tunzel both ball starting back to back.
Oh, that's brutal.
And when Davis Mills was in a groove, I mean that's a groove killer. And it goes on Lovey. Like we had them beat, and they go to prevent defense, and it just Matt Ryan was gassing us. Jonathan Taylor was just killing it, and then it's like Bill O'Brien came from Alabama and said, "Hey, I got the play calling. Yeah. Let's. I know Pierce is having 6 carries for 38 yards. Well, let's give it to Rex Burkhead, who has a walker out here, and do 14 carries for 40 yards and not get 3 yards per carry." Like,
Rex Burkhead's name even sounds like the name a grandpa would have. Like,
right.
Grandpa Rex.
Right. Like,
Isn't
why?
it amazing too how mediocre Alabama is now that Bill O'Brien's there?
Yes, I said that the other day. Their offense looks terrible.
Yes, may the fleas of 1,000 camels infest their armpits.
But
Hook 'em horns, baby.
Right. But it's just horrible. You go run, pass. Like that's when you got a team coming back like the Colts, you got to put your foot on the pedal and just, keep going. Yeah. Chris, you're right. Lovie Smith did had our defense looking good. Jerry
he really
was
did.
a beast. But
Man.
in the third quarter, he went to prevent defense. The only thing prevent does is prevent you from winning. And that is proof in the pudding.
Yeah.
It was just terrible. But Davis Mills did not lose us the game. He had one turnover, and that was a fumble. Other than that, he stat-wise, he was the best second-year quarterback this week. So I'm happy with his performance.
I think it for y'all was coaching. That's what really killed it.
It was.
If anything showed us from the Falcons New England Super Bowl is you never take your foot off the throat. You never take that foot off that pedal. You're going to keep pushing.
I told Harish, I said we took our foot off pedal, and that's why we lost.
Everybody in the NFL is a grown man. You're all getting played. It doesn't matter if we win by 50 or if we win by 2. The win is the win, and we need to secure the win. I'm not worried about your feelings. Let's go get this dub. And a lot of teams lose games they should win because they're trying to worry about their feelings on the other side of the field.
Right.
Yeah. You worry about what you need to clean up after you get the W, right? That's why you have practice. Yes. That's why you have film study. Yes. That's why you have those things.
Well, and also what happens is same thing last year. Our defense was looking good, but then our offense kept getting off the field 3 and outs and tiring out our defense. That's when Matt Ryan started carving us up. That's when Jonathan Taylor started busting out 20-yard runs. So, you cannot keep your defense on the field. It's just it's bad news
for disaster. Yeah.
I think and it was on both sides of the ball. I mean, the Colts defense started gassing out too, and that's why the overtime was so horrific. Yeah. But I agree with you, Hurry. So I think we should have went for it fourth down. So
I'm surprised you didn't get Pierce the ball more. I mean, he only had 3 yards to carry, but still, some of those it looked like he was starting to get going.
Yeah, he was. That's why I don't get. He has no tread on the tires.
We're missing our best linebacker, who's an All-Pro, and you're not gonna run right at it. So that was. Thank you for that, by the way.
And the Guacua can't. He can get to the quarterback, but he can't get to the running back. So why not exploit that? And make it. And 3rd and 1 in overtime, you're going to give the ball to Rex Burkhead? Come on, man.
As far as linebackers go, you should adopt the Jaguars' philosophy. You don't need any good linebackers if you just have 40.
Need a ton of them.
If you have 40 on your team, if your whole defense is linebackers, there you go.
Linebackers and running backs for the Jaguars.
Texans have 8 linebackers on their starting roster, so I feel you there.
I think we have 7.
So Matt, going into next week, you guys are meeting up with Russell Wilson. And then, Harish, I didn't even ask you about Jaguars. I just need 1-sentence answers here because we're running out of time. But
looking at this game right now, before I had Denver winning, but they are losing to Seattle. I think we might be able to pull the upset against Denver.
Is that in Denver?
It's at Seattle.
No.
Our game. Yeah, our game's in Denver.
Oh, okay.
Harish, how do you feel about the Jags game next week? Real fast.
I don't know.
Okay.
I honestly don't know. That's what I'm saying.
You predict a loss. Cool. All right.
We're living in their heads rent free, man. They can't. They're snake bit in Jacksonville. Maybe the only win we get, but we're getting that win.
Can we play somewhere that's not your stadium?
No. There's no neutral site game, sir. I'm sorry. We're not available.
Okay. Let's go to London.
Do I smell a bet? Do I smell a bet coming?
No, because I'm not confident. I'm not going to bet on something I'm not confident.
I'll bet. Yeah, I'm down.
Jesus Christ. I got done telling you that our linebackers just stand there. I don't want to bet on anything.
At least you guys don't line up in the neutral zone 5 times.
Not yet.
Season, right?
Not yet.
Well, does anybody have anything else to add before we wrap this bad boy up?
Manscaped fan battle. Go do it now.
Oh, yes. Once again, partnered up with Manscaped. Make sure you check it out, manscaped.com. You can receive 20% off. and free shipping.
Yeah,
if you use the
who does
code.
not like free shipping?
I mean, nowadays everybody should love free shipping. Shit's not cheap, and everybody should like 20% off because of inflation. Not to be confused with Christian Kirkflation. Okay, it's not the same. So make sure you use the fan battle to receive 20% off in your free shipping. Guys, I don't really know how to wrap this thing up like joyously. It's been a very
there is no joy. Let's wrap it up with a little bit of sadness. Listen, tomorrow 10 p.m. the first edition of the Jaguar is coming your way. We will explore the deep depths of sadness and sorrow that are the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Their theme song going in is
yeah, Everybody Hurts by REM. That's where we're.
That's what I was gonna say. I was literally going.
But we've got some. We do. In all seriousness, we're gonna do some stuff like this, but we also have some plans for some different sort of content. We want to do some interesting things with it. So if you're a Jags fan, or if you just want to make fun of the Jags, and help boost us in the algorithms on Facebook, jump in the comments tomorrow, and looking forward to it. So
we also have the You Don't Know Jack podcast tomorrow, right?
Yep, and Texans fan battle.
Yeah, we're Wednesday. At 10 p.m. But I don't know.
What'd you say, Matt?
We're on Wednesday at 9:30 Eastern.
Okay.
Yep.
So,
well, speaking of Facebook algorithms, Leonard Firestone, wrap it up. Tell them where to find you.
You can find me at leonardfirestone.us. You can find me at that on all tags as well. You can find me as well as that from my website. You can check out my merch as well at justoneapparel.com. Tons of new stuff, new designs there as well. So y'all make sure y'all go check that out.
Cool.
Can you make us a shirt?
Absolutely.
We need a facts shirt. FACKS. It's an inside joke with AFC South fan battle inside the group. We need to talk about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If anybody was wondering, you could find me in a deep state of depression, shortly after the bottle of vodka. Just in case you were wondering.
I was thinking about this. Speaking of, you said bottle of vodka earlier. I've been drinking this Aquapana this whole podcast, and I thought about it later, and I stopped drinking. I'm like, I wonder how many people think I'm drinking vodka while I'm doing this, because it literally looks like a vodka bottle. But I promise. What is that? Oh, shot glass. There you go.
Yeah. If it really was vodka, we wouldn't be surprised.
Is there mayonnaise in that Titans shot glass?
Oh, no.
Mayonnaise shots.
Here you go with that mayonnaise again.
Mayonnaise shots.
No. Is it
my tequila?
Or is it mayo?
Right here. Always facts. Facts over feelings.
No, that's for my tequila, so that's what that's for.
All right, Matt, where do we find you on Twitter?
A1 Day 1 Texans, and you can find the Texans Fan Ball podcast at Texans Fan Battle. Boom.
Harish, where do we find you?
You can find me at the Uncle Gandhi on everything.
Josh, where do we find you on Twitter?
Yo, my Twitter tag is Josh Gives Up. I'm just Josh Allen everywhere else. So, hit me up.
And don't mistake him for the quarterback of the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, either. Right.
Or do if you want to give me money, or if you want to buy me a sandwich, mistake me for whoever you'd like.
He will definitely give you a Josh Allen autograph. It just might be that Josh Allen.
That is absolutely correct.
That's what we should do. We should be like AFC South autograph with Josh Allen, but it's like
it's J-Ville Josh. Jesus Christ. God, people, they would hate us.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Sammy Football with an I, and make sure you check us out on all of the things at AFC SFB. That's AFC South Fan Battle. Make sure you check out the Fan Battle Network. And thank you guys for sticking around through the depression. We will see you for week 2, and hopefully it's a lot happier for somebody.
Hopefully somebody will have a win next week. Shit.
Anyone.
Anyone. Yeah.
I know who will.
We're all tying.
Bro, you come in next week with